Well, the thing is that trigger happy happy, and we're here to continue the investigation of Hifumi and Taka. And here we are, continuing with the investigation on World Celeste. Did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, I mean, either, but I think it might be important. Cloth is cleaning cloth. Just as time was like, one of those hues to kill Hifumi. Someone put the body but left the weapon behind. This is a clue. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything wrong with that. After everything I've been through, it's totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in it for blood transfusions, I guess. This will help me though, I'm not a vampire. This minor really doesn't matter right now. Let's head to Celeste. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating on things precisely speaking. I assume going on the scene of you might be hiding somewhere. What about you? I was just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi would move it? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. But when you got back, the body was gone. We could have not been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. It turned out someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is. Can't think of anything less than impossible. Celeste's account. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I want to thank you for what you did. No, not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours. Very interesting indeed. Did you go to Hero's room? Oh, let me give you this. Meet me in the dining hall. This is no hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the apprenticeship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this much is clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow even more interesting. What are you talking about? I already paid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Yasuro's message. He said you should go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Alright, Hero's room we go. What?
I'm sad. I just want to go to a movie.
You can't!
I know you do, but we can't go anywhere. You have to watch a movie here. I know you'd rather go out, but that will happen. Okay.
Alright, now we're going to Hero's room. Let's see. Taka, Kyoko, Mondo, me, Togami, Sayaka, Junko, Toko, and then there's space. Toko, Chihiro, Celeste, Hina, Sakura, Leon, Hiro. This is the room. The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Bianca just said to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. Hey, what is this? Oh. This is Hero's room. There's all kind of weird stuff in here. Where do you go get it from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to this room, right? Let's go this way. Camera. A surveillance camera. There's nothing to worry about it right now. I need to just forget about it. And it's the bed. It's a notebook, pretty much just like the one in my room. Okay, what about the box? I think there's something cardboard box. It's blueprints for something and some things made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room? But wait, there's blueprints. Something about this bothers me. Robo Justice blueprints. Oh, I can leave now. Okay. Ah! Makoto! Big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko! What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second!
Robo Justice showed up too! Robo Justice? Is Hero wearing a costume?
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. I think Hero and Kyoko will turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off the second floor as fast as I could. Okay. Kyoko and
I mean...
You man, I had the worst day. Hero? Hero?
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto!
Oh yeah, dude. Who else would I be? That's a good question.
Huh?
Huh? What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and recall me about this thing? Was it the Illuminati? Have advice. Robo Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Kyoko's the one that found him. Hi, Kyoko!
Right.
I found Hero. He was down into the full room locker. Looked like he was trying to sleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I can't believe you kicked me. You would have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something. No. Kyoko has class, okay?
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well,
Something you have to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't. Never mind. Don't say those words. It must be a certain character.
it's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Don't you know people think she might be spying for mastermind? First of all, Hero, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Well, I have no idea. Once I got to sleep, didn't even know how that happened, then I woke up and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. Pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well,
Let me out of here!
But I can't actually get it off. I need a little help. Why would you make something that you can't pick up by yourself?
Got it all
I
wrong!
didn't make that stupid frickin' thing.
it would seem...
That's a flash from the fact that's keeping you from getting it off. It's pretty serious. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Took everyone's help, but slowly we're able to get here out of the suit. 15 minutes, eventually we've got all the pieces off. Whoa, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then...
Well, to the point, nobody but Hero will be able to wear that costume. Wait, hold on a sec.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints are in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on Hero went around attacking everyone.
That's terrible!
The one was Hero. Should we tag him and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him to kill anyone else.
What?
Tie me up? hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, talking blueprints, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them.
What?
I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else will probably be the costume attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try one for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Well, missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo-Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
And how Hina put the suit back off again.
Ah.
Oh, now you're out of excuses. No, since it's because you're a girl, if it was another guy then. Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You were absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. There must have been one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hero's the one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, it's not really true. I have no idea what's been happening. Can someone, like, tell me? Robot Justice costume. There's a big locker here in the pool. Okay, let's practice this.
Oh.
I certainly did not expect Kiara and Gale to turn up at the same time. Where has Gale been hiding all this time? I have no idea.
Then perhaps...
Perhaps she is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But you were quite protective of her, yes? That's because she helped me out so much up until now. If I were the mastermind, that's exactly what I would do to earn your trust. Alright, Yukami. It's looking more and more like it was really a setup. Kyoko. She looks too soft inside. I don't think she's in the mood to have either to leave her alone.
What the heck?
There's no talking around to this one. You did it. Everyone knows it. Hello?
What the heck?
Well, if you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What?
What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you reaching out? You did it.
Please! Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed...
How about that?
This Anno who did it?
So then...
You might as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi are fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30% right!
Which means alter ego in / or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see, that's unfortunate.
Please!
Oh, unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I
told you got it all wrong.
Oh, so
Where's
then...
the note? No. Last night, someone left a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The last thing I remember is going to the rec room and for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey!
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. You could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. Secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be a one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being treasures for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? God, they preyed on my desire to get out of here, dude, to save me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean!
Maybe you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. Well, pleasure, right here in my pocket.
No
Looks
way!
like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please!
You don't believe me, I wanted her to fly. As I said before, if I wanted to believe you, you must provide evidence. Can't you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us those agents. What the heck? We're serious? Hero's account. Now then, shall we resume investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why do you have to kill them? Tell us, hero.
Ah!
It's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Please, there's a full taxation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to heal and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right?
What?
Like you're right. I didn't look for the second suit in that note. Fact. Don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to my guard duties. I'm gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she's not gonna get into the fight, we'll have a catastrophe on our hands. Oh, bye. Oh, I want everyone to feel the way.
Makoto.
Do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
Looks like got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind going, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
Thanks now then, shall we?
Hey,
So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses. I can't believe when hearing them are the same ages.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the respiratory. Guess we should head that way for now. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko's gonna go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. Crouch down next to Taka and without hesitation begin poking and prodding the body.
I knew it.
Monokuma was right. Vile was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth, she was calm. See how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little bit more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka tore in his left hand? You did?
whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broken when you had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
that's right.
Well, last night Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air, stared cleanly at his wrist. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. That's time for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right. There's something light in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
because
Rigor mortis have already said it. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I don't want to grasp Taka's cold hand, the ice cold hand was barely enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. This little scrap of paper doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that
I
right?
wonder about that. Kyoto then turned to Hifumi's
So
fighting.
then,
Let's check Hifumi's fighting now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper has been added. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's fastest course. From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here at the respiratory, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it, I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems like Hifumi took some blow to the head. It was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office, but when we found the blood in the nurse's office, his glasses were full of blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone left his glasses clean? But who would do that and why? Oh yeah, we have to click Kyoto. So, did you find anything?
indeed,
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A lot of paper?
that's right,
But Fumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he hid it on purpose. In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the papers. Go ahead, Makoto, open up. When I think of how it stuffed down his pants, it's like, this better be important before me or I'll never forgive you. A note! I found a hole maybe because it's used to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room with the datum.
so,
That sounds very familiar. That's it! It's the same thing Hiro said. That he was telling us the truth.
however,
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone left a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole neighbor can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone for now. Let's meet in a rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi, I asked them to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So,
Orbit has been torn, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning of it being ripped? Could you explain it a little more? Think carefully.
hey,
Why would he been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? Then how would someone important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had been added to truthfulness.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely have their handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time?
is that right?
If you don't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out on my way to mention it. All I said that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Hyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. E-handbook has been added. It's class trial time!
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Here we go.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
Okay.
And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot.
We know the door.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem.
It's unfortunate. I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. Okay. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. Genocide Jack is here. Yay! Sure, Genocide Jack is my favorite. But as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Why are there two of you? Why are there two of you? Get out of here. Get out. Hello. He's multiplied.
Wrong!
No, not duplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I moved so fast it looks like I multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not playing along, come on.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
If anyone here is ready to go, please board the plane train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the yellow costume on the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have a culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let us get there first, then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka? The one who killed two of our friends? The killer is someone right here. Get on the elevator, man. I took one last deep breath and inhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the sealed box began to move. The chunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do some cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action pass trial after this commercial break. You would do that halfway through the trial though.
Yahoo!
Never hold out until I say, okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opens once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, let's get. Let's see our clues. Our clues are, we have the Monokuma file, the blue tarp, the respiratory trolley, Hifumi's glasses, Spotless hammer, respiratory door, equipment room bloodstain, glasses clean cloth, glasses account, Yasuhiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints, Robo Justice costume, Yasuhiro's account, broken wristwatch, Kataka's scrap of paper, the no Hifumi pad, and e-handbook. And then the skills we could use. We have one. Oh, it looks like I totally used that one. Here we go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Hiro, this is the beginning of class trial. We can't get into things too quickly.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Just like Jack, I love you, and I don't have to do any of your dialects. I can just love you.
Who are you calling a murderer?
There's a difference. We have a serial killer and just a typical killer, okay? There's two differences.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer? Or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Alright, listen, and then listen. First time around, we listen, and then we find the clue. That's Hiro's message. That's the only clue we have.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, you tell me,
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What?
Whoa, you got me agreeing with us or something? Wow, that's a miracle.
Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes that off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
The suspicious individual question. The one that must have been the suit it can't be Hina. It has to be Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
Love you.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Wow, Tsugami, you let me do all the work. Thanks. The things that were used in Taka's body, they must have been. It has to be. I skipped that. It has to be the dolly. The dolly was found when his body was rediscovered in the respiratory. The specific dolly had no handles and glue was found on its wheels. If it's assumed that this is the same dolly that was put in the room, the Taka's body was originally discovered.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The things that are used in Taka's body must have been the blue tarp. Also, the tarp was found in her under Taka's leg. It's currently used to move Taka in order to avoid leaving any games.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository,
okay.
So did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Oh my god, Tsugami, you are no help. You're like, Makoto, answer! I'm tired, okay, Tsugami?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
You're wrong with that, Celeste.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
But we always come around, okay? Wow, I never had anyone sound so nice for being so mean. But then you have to change your mind. If I can explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment into the respiratory. A new element has been added to the bullet time battle. Would you like to hear it? Yes. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this new bullet time, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But for now on, just locking on and pressing the left button won't be enough to handle them. It will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you're out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how lucky you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the tab key now. It has a function with the R and B and buttons. You'll only reload at the start every time your ammo will not decrease. Once, but you said you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you ignore everything you just said. We can have it. Oh no!
You have it wrong! I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
Dang it. No, believe me, no one's heard what I have to say. It's fun to debate. So this, if there's do it now, we find out what the black it is. Woohoo! It's gonna be like, I'm not the culprit. It wouldn't appear that the one of the most was how got it on the plaque. Too bad. It's like the real killer is scared we can congratulations to them. I don't know what's been all finished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
No, it's not. Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
Thank you. I didn't expect one to do it soon. No.
You have it wrong.
Oh, I left one. Okay.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
There we go. I figured out to do the thing.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jesus, does that really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Will you actually tell him, Togami?
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
I felt like how the body was moved will be clear why the person could have done it. What does it mean then? Okay, it's this. Let's do this. The robot justice got you. Okay.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem.
That's the one we need.
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
The dolly doesn't have any handles, so pushing you have to be a little bent over. But what I didn't want to say would have been able to actually scoot down like that.
As we know, Taka and from there.
Yeah, the cult then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind.
Well, yeah, all you'd have to
Do is bend over.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer and carted the box.
If you accept, then you must realize that who. Sorry, I don't think As we know, Taka and from there.
Go.
Yeah, the cult then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind.
Well, yeah, all you'd have
To do is bend over.
No, you can't.
No, that's wrong.
And over and not six.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, what would it be? And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna end our episode here. We have finished our investigation and started the last trial. I will see you all next time. Bye.